welcome back. So if, like me, you were one of many people who were watching Gavin and Stacey over Christmas, laughing at their attempts to rekindle their relationship, well, this video is for you. Ever wondered why we start off with really exciting romantic relationships only to turn around a few years later and wonder why everything's gone wrong? Well, you're not alone, because that is more common than you think. But it's actually really important to make sure that we connect back in and trade that irritation for appreciation. Well, let's think about it. It is definitely the reason why and the reasons how our young people learn about relationships, how to be treated and how to treat others in romantic relationships too. So it's really important. One of the best ways that actually I have found to rekindle and connect back in my relationship is to use something called the 5 love languages. And I also share it with all of my clients too. So the premise is that there are 5 ways that we show that we love and appreciate each other. And that is acts of service, so the things that we do for each other, quality time, the time that we spend with each other, words of affirmation, so the things that we say to each other, physical touch, so how we appreciate each other with nurturing touch, and the 5th one is gifts, so how we show appreciation by giving people gifts. Now, all of us will have a different way of showing love and appreciation, but we will have a preference. And the thing is, when we meet and we fall in love with somebody, we don't really notice their particular way of showing love and appreciation, because we're in that sort of like honeymoon period. But as the years go on and we get used to each other, actually we can know that we're loved, but we don't feel that we're loved, particularly if we have a different love language. So check out and have a think about how you show that you love and appreciate your partner. Do you say that you love and appreciate them, or do you show it by the things that you do? And if that's not the way in which they like to show love and appreciation, well, there potentially might be the clash as opposed to the click. So check out the website. It's the 5lovelanguages.com. You can do a profile online, see what your profile is and see what your partner's is, and see if you can moderate to manage your relationship by stepping in towards what your partner needs and desires most. And that might be being told that they are loved and appreciated, or it may well be doing things for them or buying them little surprise gifts. Anyway, I hope that's helpful, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.
So you think you might have an STI, a sexually transmitted infection. What do? Do you ignore it? No, you don't. You go and get it checked out. You go and get yourself tested. And that can be at your GP practice, or it can be at a local sexual health clinic. Let's dispel some of the myths around STIs. You may be thinking, oh, it's only young people who can get sexually transmitted infections, but you'd be wrong. Anybody of any age can get an STI. You may be thinking, well, everybody's going to stare at me in the clinic if I'm waiting there, knowing what's going on with me. But no, these days, you don't just have to have a sexually transmitted infection to go to a sexual health clinic. Sexual health clinics will do cervical smears, they will offer family planning and contraception, and they might do psychosexual counselling as well. So just because you're sat in their clinic doesn't mean everybody knows what's going on down below. Also, many people go to a clinic, to their GP or to a sexual health clinic, just to get a checkup. They don't necessarily have to have symptoms, or they might want to check that they're clear of infection before they embark on a new relationship. What are the sort of symptoms that should alert you to getting a checkup? Well, burning when you pee, peeing more frequently, tummy pain, that's lower abdominal pain, pain around your pelvis for example, discharge from the penis or the vagina. All those are symptoms that could indicate you've got a sexually transmitted infection. But remember, a lot of sexually transmitted infections don't cause any symptoms at all. So if you think you might have put yourself at risk, that's why it's important to get yourself checked out. No need to be embarrassed, no need to feel ashamed, no need to feel guilty. The doctor or the nurse is not going to judge you, they're going to be there to help you. So my tips? Well, make sure you rehearse what you're going to say or write it down, because sometimes in the heat of the moment everything disappears from your mind. Why not take a friend or family member with you for moral support? And if you're embarking on a new relationship, new sexual relationship, why don't you go as a couple? Seems a nice thing to do. Get yourselves both checked out. That way you can be talking about sexually transmitted infections and practicing safer sex together. So those are my top tips, and remember, always get yourself checked out if you're worried, and remember the importance of practicing safer sex.
To get that romance back into our relationship, we really have to put effort in. It may well be that we have to think about having a date night. That doesn't necessarily mean going out, but actually get the children to bed and cook a special meal just for the two of you. The second thing is thinking about trading irritation for appreciation. So shift the focus, start focusing on the thing that you value about your partner as opposed to the things that irritate you. The other thing is to trade expectation also for appreciation. We can start to expect our partners to do things and our relationship starts to become stale. So start to appreciate and say thank you for the little things that they do around the house or the things that they do for us. And to trade perfection for connection. So really ensure that you start thinking about how you can connect in with each other as opposed to thinking about that perfection, because perfection doesn't exist. So I hope this has been helpful, and until the next time, bye for now.